Uh, my grandmother died from it. My Uncle Roger died from it. My daddy's going through it. So I'm only human. So
yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We're gonna get through this. That's tough because
1. Floyd Mayweather recently shocked followers after reportedly posting alarming content to his Instagram story, triggering new concerns about the financial turmoil surrounding him. The clips allegedly featured unsettling letters, screenshots of threatening messages, and other questionable materials that appeared to point towards serious danger. What makes the situation even more intense is the claim that one of the jewelers he supposedly owes money to may have connections to a powerful figure operating behind a legitimate business front. Another company tied to the issue is believed to be based outside the United States. If those threats are truly linked to individuals of that level, then this situation may go far beyond a simple financial dispute. At that stage, cameras, guards, and public statements might not be enough to guarantee safety. When money is owed to the wrong people, things can escalate quickly and become far more dangerous than a typical celebrity controversy.
You've spoken about the mother of your children who also passed. For you, who does have so many people depending on him, has also had a ton of success as well. How do those losses of people you love?
Situation reportedly became even more unsettling when Floyd's unresolved debts may have pushed one intimidating figure to make his presence felt in subtle but frightening ways. Instead of direct confrontation, the warnings allegedly came through signs, messages, and unusual activity around Mayweather's Las Vegas residence. Reports claim that strange and disturbing traces were noticed throughout the property, making the threat feel extremely close and personal. Once Floyd supposedly realized the seriousness of what was happening, he is said to have moved family members out of the house to ensure their safety. What made everything even more disturbing was the suspicion that the danger might not be coming from outside alone. Attention reportedly shifted towards someone within his own circle, possibly even part of his security team. If that suspicion held any truth, the situation would no longer be about external threats. It would become a nightmare where danger could already be inside his own walls.
But over the years, it's constantly going on the internet, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd. Constantly be disrespectful, when all I ever been was respectful to try to help this fighter go as far as he could possibly go. That's all I ever did.
yeah.
This kind of pressure can force anyone to break their silence. When the situation reaches that level, staying quiet begins to feel risky, and speaking out may seem like the only option left. Floyd reportedly noticed details that made the entire situation feel even more suspicious, as if someone close to him had access to information they shouldn't have. That possibility may have pushed him to go public. Through his Instagram story, he allegedly shared footage and captions expressing fear before eventually appearing on camera to directly ask for help. One message hinted that success can turn others against you, while another suggested he no longer saw the situation as a joke and believed his life and his family's safety could be in danger. Whether people accept his claims or not, statements like that carry serious weight coming from someone of his status.
Well, my thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take things to that next level. And I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great.
However, instead of overwhelming support, the reaction online was far more divided. Rather than sympathy, Floyd reportedly faced skepticism, jokes, and criticism as soon as the story spread. Many questioned whether the situation was genuine or simply another attempt to stay relevant. Some argued that a lifestyle built on showing off extreme wealth naturally attracts attention, both positive and negative, and that danger could be an unavoidable result of that image. Others dismissed the entire situation, suggesting that he was exaggerating events for publicity. One particularly harsh view portrayed him as a former champion, struggling to accept life away from the spotlight, turning serious claims into what critics described as attention-seeking behavior rather than a real threat.
John Gotti's the third sister, Nicolette. Now, she was wrong for this. She threatened Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s daughter on IG, I believe. I saw it on Twitter.
You know, the backlash didn't stop there. Critics who have long taken issue with Mayweather's public persona became even more vocal. To some, this situation wasn't unfortunate, it was deserved. Comments surfaced mocking the idea that someone known for flaunting wealth was now portraying himself as a victim. Others argued that if the threats were real, it might be time for Floyd to step away from constant boasting and social media noise. Some framed the situation as a lesson, suggesting that protecting reputation should matter more than displaying luxury. The tone of the response made one thing clear: whether the threats are real or exaggerated, many people no longer view him as untouchable.
You could read what she's talking about right here. Nicolette says she's coming for Floyd's daughter in 2 or 3 years. I'm thinking that maybe she'll train for 2 or 3 years and maybe she's hoping to get a fight with Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s daughter. Floyd Mayweather Jr.
What adds another layer to this story is Mayweather's long history of financial disputes. While some of his issues involve official systems like taxes, others are tied to private individuals and businesses. Unlike government agencies, private parties don't always follow slow, structured processes, which opens the door to unpredictable outcomes. If claims about unpaid deals, jewelry purchases, or broken agreements are true, then frustration from those involved could go beyond legal filings. That's why some reports began exploring whether the pressure he's facing could be linked to creditors he allegedly failed to pay. Discussions even referenced major outlets highlighting businesses still waiting for money. When combined with past reports of threats connected to powerful names, the entire situation starts to look far more volatile.
Daughter's not a boxer, and I don't think his daughter's getting in the ring anytime soon. His daughter's not getting in no ring? For what? Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s daughter. She don't gotta fight anyone. But Nicolette Gotti, she revealed herself. We know who she is right now.
One company frequently mentioned in these discussions is Zinny Media Concept, a business reportedly based in Nigeria that entered into an agreement with Mayweather back in 2017. According to public reports, the company paid him in advance for appearances in Africa, including an event in Nigeria. However, the deal allegedly collapsed when Floyd withdrew and did not return the funds. The situation reportedly escalated into a legal dispute, becoming a widely cited example among critics who question how his business dealings are handled. For many observers, this case reinforced a pattern where high-profile deals end in conflict, raising doubts about whether his public image aligns with how agreements are actually resolved.
Watches I wear is diamonds. Today, no diamonds today.
That's the Richard Mille.
This is very humble.
No, I like to call this people pronounce them different ways. Rashad Mill is what my jeweler told me, so.
That's exactly how you say it, Rashad.
Rashad Mille.
And of course, this is a watch connoisseur, so he would know.
I'm wearing a black sub, and we've got one right here.
You know what, today, I'm gonna go black sub.
Is that which one do you prefer? Is that the one you
But
prefer?
today, I'm gonna go black sub.
Black sub. You guys gonna have matching watches?
Representatives linked to the company reportedly claimed that the situation worsened when Floyd ended the agreement and failed to refund the payment. Even more controversial were allegations that his legal team suggested the company had limited power because it was not based in the United States. If accurate, that argument would make the situation appear even more unfair, implying that the company's location was used against it rather than resolving the issue properly. This narrative transformed the dispute into something more serious than a simple contract disagreement. It strengthened the perception that Mayweather's financial controversies may involve repeated patterns where influence and status play a significant role.
Sticking more together, you know, pushing each other to be great instead of arguing on social media. That's just my opinion. And push each other in a positive way. And, you know, I found myself in the past, you know, the younger Floyd Mayweather.
9. After multiple failed attempts to recover the money, the company reportedly took the matter to court, accusing Mayweather of breach of contract, unjust enrichment, and fraud. Legal decisions over time appeared to favor the company. By late 2023, reports indicated that a California court ordered him to pay over $1.6 million in damages, along with additional interest, legal fees, and costs, bringing the total close to $2.3 million. Although Floyd reportedly appealed, the case remained active and continued to draw attention. Each ruling added to the growing narrative that while his public image remains powerful, financial disputes continue to build behind the scenes.
Social media, I don't do that anymore because I'm truly, truly blessed, way beyond belief. You know, what's important to me right now is my real estate, my family, different things I'm involved with.
Another major update came in 2024 when reports suggested the earlier court decision was upheld, meaning the debt remained in place while continuing to grow with interest. The amount was said to increase at a steady annual rate, making delays even more costly. There were also claims that legal steps could be taken against specific luxury assets linked to Mayweather, including rare high-end cars worth more than the debt itself. If true, this detail carries symbolic weight. For someone whose image is built on luxury collections, the idea of creditors targeting those same items highlights how deeply financial issues can affect even the most visible symbols of wealth.
So, y'all gotta know the difference between a hack bag and a Birkin bag. So this is a man's carry-on bag when you're traveling. So a lot of times when people see a male carrying a bag like this, they be like, oh, that's a Birkin. You have to know the difference. Look it up. HAC, it's a hack bag.
Now I'm here to talk to the people about one of my jewelers. And it's not one of my new jewelers, one of my low-key jewelers, Tony, at Pasha in Manhattan Beach, California. You guys need to come check him out. Now today, let me show you guys what I purchased from Tony. Tony, matter of fact, I don't need to tell him, you tell him.
You got a little rose gold sky dweller, chocolate dial, 40 karat pear shape, 1 carat each, tennis bracelet, only for the best of the champ.
At the same time, another wave of controversy reportedly emerged from the jewelry world, an area closely tied to Mayweather's public image. Known for wearing extravagant pieces, he has long used jewelry as a symbol of success. However, a lawsuit from a jeweler painted a different picture. According to reports from a federal case in Miami, Mayweather and an associate allegedly owed around $4 million for unpaid jewelry. The claims went beyond simple delays, suggesting more serious issues involving how the transactions were handled. This added another layer of concern as it directly challenged the image of effortless wealth he has promoted for years.
Going back and forth on the internet with different people. But I'm in a better place in my life right now. You know, I couldn't actually be in a better place. So the old Floyd Mayweather, when I used to go back and forth with people.
The allegations became even more serious, with claims that Mayweather and others were involved in violations under the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. Additional accusations included fraud, conspiracy, breach of contract, and other legal violations. These are not minor claims. They elevate the situation into something far more complex and potentially damaging. Reports also suggested that the debt remained unresolved. At the same time, his public stance on international political issues added another layer of tension, with some linking past hostility toward him to those views. Whether connected or not, it all contributes to an environment where multiple pressures seem to be building at once.
On this giveaway, what I'm gonna do is give 2 tickets away to my next exhibition in Mexico. But what I need everybody to do is follow all the instructions down low.
The sense of danger surrounding Mayweather became more visible during a reported incident at a shopping location where tensions quickly escalated into a chaotic situation. Witnesses described a crowd confrontation that turned aggressive while Floyd and his team were out in public. Some speculated that the incident may have been fueled by anger over his public positions. Regardless of the cause, the scene showed that even with security, high-profile figures are not always shielded from sudden hostility. What began as a routine outing reportedly turned into a situation requiring immediate protection, adding to concerns about his overall safety.
I love bringing people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Accounts from those present described a tense moment as Mayweather, reportedly wearing a green jacket, appeared visibly upset while security rushed him away from the crowd. Sources close to him insisted he was not physically harmed, but the need for rapid evacuation raised alarms. He was reportedly escorted into a waiting vehicle as the situation intensified. There were also claims of offensive language being used. During the confrontation, further escalating tensions. Later, Floyd addressed the incident online, stating he had not been touched and that his security team handled everything properly. Still, the visuals left a lasting impression of vulnerability.
Boxing legend Floyd Mayweather was jumped in the street as he went jewellery shopping in central London after doubling down on his support for Israel in a furious conflict about the war in Gaza. The ex-champion, who's 47, was strolling around the floor at Hatton Garden this afternoon at around 4:30 when he's said to have got into a dramatic confrontation with a number of jewellery dealers, including some who accused him of supporting genocide. What we do know is that the incident spiralled out into the street.
One witness who recorded part of the incident claimed the confrontation extended beyond the store and into the street, involving multiple individuals actively targeting Mayweather. According to that account, his security team struggled to control the situation due to the number of people involved. This detail changed the narrative from a minor disturbance to a potentially dangerous encounter. While Floyd later minimized the situation, saying he was fine and only visiting briefly, the footage and reports painted a different picture, one where even a global icon could find himself overwhelmed in a public setting.
Guess what? You can do the same. It's all about making power moves.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them, we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on.
Perhaps the most striking claim linked to that moment was that the confrontation began after a political question was directed at Mayweather, and his response reportedly escalated tensions further. If that version is accurate, it suggests the situation was not just about money or past disputes, but something broader involving public opinion and personal views. When combined with ongoing financial issues and legal battles, it creates a complex and concerning picture. What emerges is a scenario where multiple challenges, financial, personal, and public, are converging at once, leaving a once dominant figure facing pressure from several directions at the same time.